What's up, YouTube? This is your big brother, King Jabez, back today with another very important message. Please subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this content. In addition to that, please feel free to follow me over on Instagram at The King Jabez, as well as those who want to talk to me on a one-on-one level. I offer consultations. Whatever you decide to do, it will be appreciated. So, you know what I always say, let's do some work. Today's video is going to really make you think. And I want you to understand that good things are in store for you. That's the nature of this talk. So begin to prepare your mind. See, often before the Most High will bless a man or woman, he has to get their mind ready for the blessing. Right? So he's sending you a number of dreams as what we refer to as a download. He's giving you messages. He's channeling these messages to you through people like me and others. Your reading, your reflection. You're getting new ideas. He's getting your spirit and your mind ready for where you're going. So before you get that blessing, this has to be right first. So you're at a time now where even if you can't see it coming, and some of you, many of you, you feel it. You don't quite know how it's going to happen, but you know that something big is going to happen to you. And this is why I told you recently to keep your next big move a secret. Right, let me reiterate some of my messages because it's all in alignment with today's message. The witchcraft no longer is working. Let me do a brief review real quick. Come on, let me pull up. That stuff is over. Okay, done. What people have been doing in the past, trying to do these secret prayers against you in private, which is what witchcraft and a lot of stuff is, voodoo, praying to the wrong spirits. That stuff isn't working anymore. There was a time when the Most High allowed it to work, right, knows I'm doing this, temporarily, just to build you up. And I'm going to use the analogy I've used often. That is the analogy of the bow and arrow. So all the time people thought you were falling off, all the time people thought you weren't going to make it, what was happening the whole time is that the Most High was pulling you back like you do with a bow and arrow. And it's about time for him to hit that release. Okay? And once he hit release, it's over. You're going to be in a position now where it's permanent. And this will continue to happen. It will be a continual flow, continual income, continual open doors. And it is because you have passed so many tests more than you didn't even know. So I want you to receive this and position yourself for this next level. Chosen ones, you passed and you're about to finally start having your way. This is an important message because I'm talking to people who have passed the test. Now let me go ahead and break this down at a very basic elementary level, and we're going to get more complex. When you pass a test, what happens at school, high school, college, grade school, graduate school? When you pass, you go to the next level. When you pass, you get a certificate, you get a degree, you get a certification. So when you pass a test, we have been trained our entire pretty much existence in life that something good happens next. Is that correct? So how it works with the Most High as his created beings. That's what we are. That's what I believe. We go through a series of tests throughout our entire life. And some of you have passed tests and didn't notice you passed. Let me say that again for the people in the back. Some of you have passed tests and didn't know you passed, which is why some of the blessings are coming and they're catching you off guard. You're always being tested. You are always being watched by the Most High and his angels. Did you know that one of the names for angels is the word watchers? So monitoring spirits are not always bad. You're being monitored by good and bad spirits. Just as people and demons are monitoring your life, guess what? So is the Most High and so is his angels. So many of you are being monitored and you're passing and not even knowing that you're passing. So you're used to the isolation. We're used to feeling like we don't fit in. This is what comes with being a chosen man or chosen woman. Am I correct? We're used to the opposition. People, let's just be real, not wanting to honor you. You deserve the respect, you deserve the recognition, but there's something about you that rubs people the wrong way. You have an aura that attracts people to you, but at the same time, it also brings out a jealousy. It brings out this desire to want to stop something they've never seen before. So many of us have to get used to what's coming your way. Let me say that. Get used to honor. Get used to doors being open. And don't feel guilty. You better not feel guilty. You passed all these tests. You have worked hard. You've done what you're supposed to do. You've gone through all that humiliation, all of that. I ain't playing with you today. I'm not playing today. All that shame. Come on now. You've been listening to me 4 or 5 years. Let's go ahead. Let's go. We finna go to work. You've been through all this stuff for a reason. So you better not feel guilty when the door is open. You better not feel guilty when you start getting blessed. You better not feel guilty when you get that position that you work for years. It ain't anybody give it to you because they like you. You earned that slot. You put in the work. You were working late nights, early mornings. Ain't that one of Nipsey songs, late night, early mornings? You understand? So you've done all of that, and now receive what's coming your way. You are about to start having your way. Let me make it plain. I don't know what to say. You, sir, ma'am, are going to finally start having your way. What do I mean by that? I'm glad you asked me. Things are going to work out for you. The blessings are coming your way. I'm going to speak this over your life. Open doors, new opportunities, going into bigger spaces. You see, you are a giant and you have been in 2 small rooms. That's the problem. The rooms, come on. The rooms you have been in are too small. That's why it's always this friction. I'll talk to you today. That's why you always had this friction, this awkwardness, this uncomfortable vibe, because you've been in all these spaces that are too small for you. And so now you're going to go into a place where you have room to grow. You figure out these little tight closets, these little tight spaces with the pettiness and the awkwardness and the argument and people watching you, trying to undermine, trying to demonize, trying to vilify you. That stuff is over. You hear me? Done. Those are all tests that you passed. And it didn't break you. It made you stronger. It made you wiser. It made you, get active in the gym. It made you read more books. It made you go to work for yourself and become the best version of yourself. So if you are a thinking man, thinking woman, which you are, the natural question is, what tests have I passed? Well, there's so many. We can't cover them all today, but we'll go through some. You have passed the test of criticism if you pass the test of praise. Praise is a test, and so is criticism. I think when you are a wise, chosen one, you take both with a grain of salt. In other words, you don't allow the criticism to make you bitter, to doubt yourself, to not have the confidence that you should have, and you don't let the praise inflate your ego. So you are a person that understands the value and the importance of balance. I take everything with a grain of salt. That's how I think. So when people say good things about me, I receive it. I appreciate that, but I still take it with a grain of salt because I know I'm just a person. And when people say bad things about me, I take that with a grain of salt. And even criticism, that could be looked at twofold. One of my mentors told me years ago, and I think this is pretty valid, criticism should really be taken 2 ways. If it is right, make some adjustments, change. If it's just someone being a crank, ignore it. That's really real talk. And I'll tell you, if you can do that, you will really clear your thinking. See, some of you right now, you're allowing all this negativity, this toxicity to mess your thinking up. You need to stop doing that. Right? I'm going to get on you real quick. I'm your big brother, right? Let that stuff go, sis. Let that go, bro. That's just their opinion. It's just that, their opinion. But if it's valid, receive it. No, we don't have to be arrogant when we can't receive correction. That's how we grow. And that's another test. Let's go to the next one. Accepting correction. That's a test that many people refuse to pass. You are not going to be a good athlete, for my athletes to watch me, if your coach can't correct you. You're not going to be a good artist if you can't accept the criticism and feedback from your fan base, from those who are watching you, from your managers. You're not going to be a good spiritual leader if you're not listening to your audience. Right? Hey, I consider myself a spiritual leader, so I have to listen to my audience, what people are saying, the questions they have, what they like, what they don't like, what they want from me. You see, if we can't value feedback, we're not going to be good as athletes. We're not going to be good as artists. We're not going to be good as spiritual leaders. We're not going to be good as fitness people, right? For my fitness people who watch me, my personal trainers, those who are big into that, whatever lane you are in, hairstylists, barbers, I'm going to keep on mentioning y'all. I'm not going to leave anybody out. Okay, my working people, right? If you have a regular 9 to 5, where whoever it is that's listening to me, we have to be okay with receiving feedback. That is how we grow. And sometimes the feedback is going to hurt. Big bro, let me be real with you for a second. I got some feedback from one of my mentors probably 6 or 7 years ago. And let's just say I didn't like it too much. I felt some type of way. I'm not gonna lie to you. Big bro gotta be real with you, right? I felt the way. But the criticism and feedback was 1,000. And that has helped me to this day. I won't go into details because it's not really relevant for this talk. I guess it is in a way, but unnecessary. But what my mentor was trying to tell me years ago, and I felt the way, boy. I didn't like it. Because, how dare you say that? But it was valid. And that is helping me right now today in September 2024. Do you hear me? So we got to receive feedback, gang. We cannot be know-it-alls. Whenever someone's trying to correct us and is right, receive it. And if you receive it, that's a test that you've passed. Let's talk about the test of temptation, the test of struggle. Those are two tests that pretty much all chosen ones face. We all have our demons, right? We all have our temptations. And I don't have to go into all the details. You know what your temptations are. You know what it is that you believe, according to your worldview, that you should not be doing. And you have a desire to want to do that. That is a temptation. I don't need to spell it out because that just is pointless, right? You get it. And then you have, your times of struggle before the wealth is released, before the break. We all have had our financial struggles, I would imagine. Unless you were born in a rich family, which are very few of us, you've had your share of financial burdens. And even if you have a rich family, I'm not rich, but what I hear, those who are, a good example of this would be Baby from Cash Money. Baby from Cash Money said years ago that having a lot of money will make you miserable, right? Rest in peace to Biggie Smalls. What did he say? More money, more problems, right? So they told us that a long time ago. So no matter who you are, whether you have a lot of money or limited resources, money is a test. It is an energy exchange. And so that is a test that many of you are passing. You've went through your struggles. You've paid your dues. You sometimes work 2-3 jobs, make ends meet, and now you're about to be blessed. Some of you, I'm going to speak this word over you as I wrap this up. Some of you are about to receive your first bag. Now, I know your struggles won't let you hear that. I know that time of isolation won't let you receive that, but I want you to look past the isolation, look past the struggle, look past the test, and receive that word from your big brother. Listen to me. Some of you ain't talking about no job. Ain't talking about just no job. Some of you about to receive your first real bag. Okay? You say, when, big bro? I don't know. But I would hope in the next year or two. I'm gonna just throw something out there for you. I'm going to give you a vision. Without vision, we perish, right? Let's just say within 1 to 2 years. Give yourself a vision. Give yourself a goal. Huh? Let's put some skin in the game. Within 1 to 2 years, I'm going to speak, listen, look. Within 1 to 2 years, many of you are about to receive your first real bag. You better receive that. So what do you need to do? Stay focused. Stay locked in. Okay? Keep reading those books. Continue to go to the gym. Continue to stay on your grind. Keep your mind right. Keep that bad negative energy away from you. Continue to isolate from the wrong people and connect with the right people. Position yourself for the favor. Right? Blessings, that's energy. A bag is energy. So you got to get your energy right. Don't allow bitterness to creep in and hatred and jealousy and all that negativity that brings you down. Keep your spirits high. Even when things are not working the way you want to. Even when you have, and that's not to say you can't have bad days. We all have bad moments. We're human. Let me put that out there too, by the way. Okay? We're going to have our moments. That's cool. That's understandable. So I'm not saying you got to be perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. That's just the way it works. But generally speaking, we want to be people who just continue to get with it. And that positions us to get that blessing that will be consistent. In other words, this blessing will be something that's permanent. You will never return to certain doors ever again. So as I wrap this video up, drop any inferiority complex. Don't feel a way at all about where you're finna go. This is why you've had so many tests, because you need to be strong to carry what you're about to carry. You need to understand that just as trials and tribulations are heavy, so are blessings. You better understand that. So when that weight is put on you, the weight isn't always a trial. Sometimes the weight is blessing, power, influence, anointing, the oil, the wine, the corn, symbol of prosperity. So I want you to really position yourself. In other words, simply put, get that mind right, my boy. Get that mind right, sis. Walk into your blessing. You hear me? Receive this. You, sir, ma'am, have passed a test. And now you're about to finally have your way. I want you to receive that and walk in favor. That's all I have for you today. This is your big brother, King Jabez. Thanks for listening. God bless. Peace.